This is BuyFX. Welcome to the weekly top-down analysis on currency pairs, right? And you know how we do it on this channel, right? We need to know the overall directions, right? Right? If you know your basic market, right? If you know your basic market, right? You know there are the major pairs and the minors, cross pairs, right? The minor ones, right? So we will start with the majors, and the majors have been controlled by the US dollars, right? We have the majors from GU to EU and others, right? So what we'll first do before we start looking at trade or taking trade opportunity, right? During the week, right? We have to check where is the dollar index, or where is the dollar strength, where is it heading to, right? So as you can see here, there was a clean bullish flag there on the dollar index, right? We broke out of the bearish channel and we are heading up. So as you can see on the daily time frame on the US dollar index, I think it's approaching the next resistance zone where we could see some nice rejections and all currency pairs could go into corrections, right? As you can see here, this was the weekly trend there, and we broke out. Just if you remember our last analysis on the dollar index, we started buying here, and then this crash happened, right? This particular crash you're seeing here was a correction which gold went to throughout that week, right? And then we have this nice bullish impulse to the upside. So I'm expecting US dollar to be strong until we get rejected at around this particular zone here, right? So let's go down to smaller time frame. Let's see exactly what is happening. You know, we just broke out of a nice bullish continuation channel, right? That's a nice descending triangle. So we broke out of that trend and we are pushing up. So if you can see here, we're going to continue because we broke out of this nice support zone there and we pushed up, came back to retest that zone, and that was a nice breakout and retest, right? So that's a nice clean bullish continuation to the upside. So we could see the market pushing more up this week. So overall, right, I'll be bullish, right, and I'll be buying most of the US dollar pairs, right? For now, I think we're still bullish until we get rejected at around this particular zone. From there, I'll be looking to buy gold and other pairs. Understand? So I think by tomorrow, maybe if we could get a nice, but I can see a nice change there. If this could be a signal that the market will not go back up, right? If we fail to make a new high there, but I think there was a new high there, so the market is coming back to mitigate this. So that could signal more push, right? So there's two scenarios, right? If the market fails to continue up, right? If it fails to continue up, then we're going to see a nice trend change there at around this zone there. We must see a nice trend change there, and then we'll be signaling to go short or long, right? It depends on what the market gives on Monday. But right now, as you can see, is a bullish push, sure bullish push. And if you remember the analysis we did, it still stands. That analysis still stands. Let me zoom out a little bit so you could see. You see the analysis we did was for the market to go like this, and the market actually played out. The market actually played out, right? Went back up and got rejected, tested the zone, and then we are now in a bullish rally, right, to the upside. So from there, maybe after that, we might get a nice huge rejection. But if we can cleanly break this zone, right, we can cleanly break that zone, that could be a continuous bullish movement, right? And you know the market doesn't just go up like that, right? There's always room for an exhaustion. After an impulse movement, right? After an impulse movement, there's always room for exhaustion. So as you can see, the market is leaving gaps, right? Liquidity gaps that we need to fill up on the US dollar index. Right, that was our nice trend there as we're heading up. Right, so we got multiple touches there and we're still heading up. So we're approaching that particular zone. So I'll be getting more rejection when the market comes here at 105, 105.559. From there, I'll be looking to buy gold or to buy other pairs, right? They should be ready for a nice correction there. You understand? They're also being in a monthly drawdown so far because of this bullish breakout you see here on the US dollar index. You understand? So that's exactly what we're speculating. We'll ride it up to this particular zone, right? And our previous analysis are still valid. If we're gonna break out, then we need to come back and retest here, come back to the trend line where we'll be getting more liquidity to push the market up, right? So that's it, and we'll go to other pairs. So we'll start with the majors. Okay, hello guys, this is the GBPUSD, right? And as you can see, you remember the last market, right? If you check the previous videos, right, when we are previously on this channel, and I told you that this is a bearish ascending channel and it's approaching where GBPUSD could go into corrections, right? All right, it went to an impulse, right? A correction, right? So it has held the correction, right? Since it's a bearish market, so we are now ready for a nice bearish crash to the downside, right? So as you can see, we have already started that bearish market already, right? As you can see, we've been riding this nice bearish trend for a long time, right? We've been riding that bearish trend to the downside. So let's see if we can get possible support zones, right, where we could be capitalizing ourselves, right? We could be seeing nice support zones around here. This is where we got multiple touches, right? So from here we'll be capitalizing to see if we could get more support from this particular zones here, right? You could see we have a nice support zone here where we could easily materialize or get a nice pullback before the market continues down, right? As you can see, we have support zones there, and this were previous resistance zone which become support zones, right? As you can see, we have so many multiple touches there. Let's go there and then we'll check it out. You see, that's a nice support zone there because we got multiple support zones. So we're just gonna adjust that zones to get most of the support zones in, right? We're gonna move it a little bit down, right? So we could get most of the support zones here. Because as you can see, when the market came here, the market got support and then pushed back up, right? Market pushed back up. You see here, we got support and the market pushed back up, right? And when the market was trading below it, it came here and got rejected. It came also here and got rejected. So possibly, right, if the market goes as expected, right, if the market goes as expected, we're gonna see a nice support zone here for the GBPUSD. But right now we're still bearish on the 4 hours time frame, and we should be going for a nice correction. It's going to be a short one though. It's going to be a short correction, and then we break out and then enter, right? And then we continue the bearish move, just like the way we saw on the dollar index, right? It's going to be a bullish continuation to the upside. But right now, with the trend I'm saying, it's going to be a bearish continuation for the week, right? Or for the day, because there's a daily time frame there. You understand? So we got this trend and we're gonna be riding that to the upside. We saw nice clean stuff here, right? Nice stuff from GBPUSD. That was a nice crash there. As you can see, the market is moving. This was our previous support, right? These are all support zones which got broken and then the market continued down. Right, that was a nice crash there on GBPUSD, and we went by making new high, and this is a bearish continuation to the downside. But we could see with this rejection here, right, with this rejection we're seeing here, we could see the market, right, got rejected here twice. But don't forget, our demand zone where we could be getting more of the support is still below, and if the market comes on top there, we still need more for the market to change directions, right? We still need more confidence, right, for the market to change direction, because if it comes down more, so that means our bearish trend is still valid, right? But the demand zone here is the LD point where we could see as the market could get support from, and then we catch a little bit buy trend there, right? Then we go out, right? We tap the gaps here, the liquidity gaps here. We fill them up, and then we continue down. You could see the market is always filling up the buy side, the sell side first, and then continue selling. With the structures you're seeing here, you could see that yes, we can see a nice push down, right? But the push is not that huge, right? It's not that huge compared to this crash here. This crash here, you could see we could just have one bearish candle, impulse to the downside, right? And then another bearish candle, we got nice retracement there. Just to tell you that sellers are wanting to come into the market, but the market is a little bit expensive for them, so they need a premium discount, right? So everybody wants a cheaper thing, so they will be speculating to come into the market, right? So we're expecting the market to go back up, right, a little bit, so we could have rooms for new sellers to come in. So they'll push the market, and we continue right the rally to the downside. But I'm expecting a nice push, right? I'm expecting a nice push down here, and then we push back up. You understand? Then we crash. So sometimes once you know your market structure very well, when the market comes to support, right, it will fail the first attempt to break it. So it's gonna give us a nice rejection, right? And then it comes back and then break out, and then the market continues that way. So that's it, guys. That's my take on GBPUSD. Don't forget, right, we're still on a nice bearish trend to the downside on the GBPUSD. The overall trend is a bearish one. So utilize on this. Let's make a lot of money. Please, if you're just coming to the channel, please try and subscribe. It will do a lot good. And like the video. So let's go to the next pair. Hello guys, this is the top-down analysis for EURUSD, right? This is EURUSD, and you can see on the weekly time frame, this is a nice bullish continuation pattern. But where is this correction going to end? Because if you check here, if you calculate the movement from this zone to this zone, right? That's a 100% move. As you can see, the correction, right? It's taking almost 90% of that particular movement, right? So we're speculating for the market to give us a nice recovery to break out, right, on the weekly, right? Overall, we're expecting a nice bullish breakout, right? We push back up, and then we continue the bullish rally to the upside. But the market makers are still delaying the stuff. So this is a nice structure there on the weekly, right? This is where we actually broke out, right? This was actually where we broke out of the weekly trend there. That's the weekly trend, right? It was on a bullish market, right? And then what happened? We broke out of the weekly trend, right? But if you're using patterns, right, you already know exactly what the market is doing, right? So with these, you're seeing the market, right, likely, right, might want to push back up, right? Don't forget that we broke out, and this breakout could be a fake one, couldn't just continue down. It gave us all confidences, right? But with the pattern we're seeing, might be a nice bullish push up. So let's go deeper. Let's go to the daily time frame. Yes, guys, this is a weekly trend we're in, right? And this is a daily trend we're in. So we had a nice impulse, and we are going for a nice correction. But is it not too early? The market ended the correction so soon, right? The market ended this correction so soon. But we're going to see if that is a fake one, because we still need to look at our zones, right? We still need to look for zones, right, where the market could likely get support. But right now we're lying basically on a nice support zone here. So from here, I'm expecting a turnover, right, for the market. But we're going to see how it plays out. If we can't hold that zone we're in, I think we're going to get support around this particular zone here. All right. think the major support zones are here. So I'm going to mark those zones, right? After the market failed to hold that zone, so we're going to be using that particular zone there as our next support zone, where the market could likely, right, get support and then get reversed, right? Because you can see we just cleanly break out and there was no reasonable retest, right, on the daily time frame. So what are we looking at? We see there's an impulse, right? The market is supposed to give us a higher, a lower high, right? So let's see. This is actually the nice zone there where the market could easily come and get support, right? If we break that through, then we have that support zone to work with, right? Then we could have that support zone to work with. See that zone, right? This is where we're initially supposed to get support here, and we're just cleaning at that zone. If we don't get any rejection from here, then it's going to be a nice push to the downside. So for me, it's not yet time for the market to give us a lower high. So since we've broken through, I think the market should come down below, right? Just a little bit more bearish mark here, giving us a nice wick from here. Then from here, we'll now be looking forward. The market giving us a lower high, and then we continue down, right? Give us another lower high, and the market should continue down. Simple, guys. This is how the market is supposed to run, right? We are maybe likely going for a nice lower high before the market continues down, because you can see the candles are shrinking, right? The sizes of the bearish candles are shrinking. So buyers are wanting to come into the market, but the market is too expensive, right? The market is too expensive. And so they want to likely come and then push the market down, but with a discounted price. So that's it. We can see we are on a nice breakout there, and this is a nice ascending channel, right? And then we broke out. So that's good signal. We in a nice bearish trend to the downside, right? We're now in a nice bearish trend to the downside. But if we could adjust this is exactly where the breakout happened. We actually went for a nice breakout and then a retest. So that's a nice change of direction there. Understand? So right now we are likely going into a nice correction there. So we'll go give us a lower high, and then we come back down. That's my expectation, because the market cannot just be pushing down. It needs to go into exhaustions, right? It needs to rest, right? Just like you in a running field, right? There's time for you to get some little rest and then continue the movement. So that's the same thing with the financial market. So that's it for EURUSD, and let's check it out on the smaller time frame. Let's see exactly what the market is giving us. So right now we're still bearish, right? We're still looking bearish, guys. Still looking bearish, but we're approaching where we could get nice support zone, and the market could give us nice opportunity to get a nice bullish push to the upside. And we are expecting to get support, right, at that exact zone where I marked. See here, from here we'll now be looking for a nice retest there, and then we'll be looking for sales from this particular zone there to be a nice short corrections, and then we keep on looking for sales to the downside. So that's it for EURUSD. Let's move to the other pair. Hello guys, and this is the US dollar Canadian dollar, the USD card, right? And as you can see on the USD card, we have a nice bearish flag, right? After a bullish bull, we went to the bearish impulse, and then we entered a nice correction there. So as you can see, there's a nice bearish move to the downside, right? As you can see here on the market, right, this particular zone where we got rejected, right, is a golden zone. or let's say 70% recovery of this particular fall, and the market nicely gave us a double rejection. So I think since we are on a bearish flag, right, this is a bearish continuation pattern there on the weekly time frame. So we're seeing that, and we're in a nice bearish continuation pattern. So we're expecting something of the overall week, something of this nature, right, to come back, and then we continue back down. That will be a nice bearish continuation there, right? So that's what I'm speculating on the USD card. So let's go down to the daily time frame. Let's see exactly what the market is giving us, right? So as you can see, the market came back, right, and we are riding the nice trend there. So if the market wanted to continue up, right, it needs to break this channel we're in, right, which is supposed to be a a bullish continuation pattern there, because after a bullish impulse, right, we got a nice channel there and it's supposed to push up. But if we break out, right, and we broke out of this, right, it could signal the bearish continuation on the high time frame to play in. So here, this is where we got nice resistance and support here, and the market is cleanly, right, is trading above that support zones right now, right? That's the zone there. We got multiple rejections, right? We got multiple rejections, right? Because of this zone here, we have multiple rejections there. So that could signal that we're still on a nice uptrend, right? So there's no change of directions yet. So we made a new high. So that could be a bullish continuation to the upside. So for now, it's gonna be a spike up. So we're expecting something like this. All right, a nice clean breakout there, and then a retest, right? Why are we looking right? Why are we looking like that? It's because we're speculating that the US dollar will be continuing a continuous strength, right? Coming to the US dollar. And we should be continuing, right? That because this patterns we're seeing here is a bullish continuation of pattern there on the USD card, right? So we'll be expecting nice bullish push there from the week. So we're still bullish. So what I'm expecting now, maybe to get a lower high here, a lower high, and then we push back up, or it's going to be a nice mitigation of this bullish breakout there, and then we push back up on the USD card. So guys, this is it, my opinion, right, on the USD card. So let's go down to the smaller time frame. As you can see, we already made a new high, and we got a nice trend supporting that motive, right? So we are pushing back up, right? If we break out, come back for a retest, is going to be what we speculated on the higher time frame. But we can get something like, if the market failed to make it to go back up, we're going to get a rejection and then come back down. So that's how it plays. But right now we are in a nice bullish trend to the upside. Okay guys, as you can see here on the M30, on the high time frame, we're still on a nice bullish push, right? On the M30, it has signaled a nice direction change, alright, because this is where the market gave us a lower, multiple highs here, and then give us a lower high. So we're still on a bearish trend on the smaller time frame. But don't forget, for we to be over bearish, right, we need to break the 4 hours or the 1 hour trend, right? Because see here, this was a nice trend there going back up. So we still have the market to come back into correction. That's why you see the smaller time frame still on a nice bearish trend downward, right? So guys, this is just normal logic of how you manipulate the trend line. So if you're confused, you can drop me a comment, right? You can drop me a comment there. So exactly what we are looking at, this is by effects, and this is how we do our analysis, right? With nice clean breakout there, and the market is likely going back. So right now, I think the only thing we are seeing here since our highs, right, on the high time frame as pre-valid, we're going to see the market coming back down. Then from here, we'll now be getting more support, and then we push back up for now. So that's it for the US dollar card. Hello guys, this is a quick review on the USD Japanese yen. That is the USDJPY, right? It's a popular pair with people like trading, right? So you could see the market on the weekly, right? We're still pushing back up. As you can see, our direction of the market is like a nice bearish change to a bullish one. But right now, the market should be preparing for a nice correction, right? We are on a nice bullish put, so it's ideal for the market to start looking for a nice correction there. It could be a long bearish week for the US dollar very soon, right? Because the market is leaving enough liquidity here, right? Right. Buyers are looking to come in, but I think they are looking at that the market is a little bit too costly. So they must allow the market to fill up the trend line liquidity. Here we can see a nice pool of liquidity here. So I'm thinking if we can get a nice double top there, we're gonna get this nice correction there. Yes, we fill this up, get a nice reversal, and we push up, and we continue that. You understand? So that's my expectation on the weekly. So let's go down to the smaller time frame, right? As you can see, we are approaching the zone there, right? We're still bullish. If you check, I don't trade most of the time because the confluences I'm looking for has not yet materialized, right? This is a nice resistance zone there. That was the previous data from the market, right? That's the previous data there from the market, right? Where we got rejected and the market crashed, right? So I think traders will be waiting at that exact zone to do what they have done before, right? You as a market maker, right? If you see something of this nature, you're going to capitalizing on that particular zone. A lot of others will be coming in around this zone there, right? Don't forget the liquidity, the nice liquidity week, so you might get some. If you're not careful, you might get a nice drawdown first before the market coming back down, right? So let's go down to a smaller time frame. Let's see if the market is still pushing up. So right now, I can see the market, right, close to a zone which it has not yet broken. If I get a nice rejection next week from this resistance zone on the 4 hours time frame, yeah, I'm gonna go for a nice sell there, guys. I'm gonna go for a nice sell, right? Might go, and this could be a signal for a nice bearish correction, right? That could be a signal for a nice bearish turn, right? That would be a nice correction. So let's see how it plays out for the USD Japanese yen. This is by FX. Let's move to other pairs. Let's see how it plays out, right? Hello guys, this is by FX and this is the AUD Japanese yen, right? As you can see here on the market, right? On the weekly time frame, we're still on a confirmed trend. But let's see the update, right? Oh yes, we got rejected here. We got rejected there, giving us a nice double top there, right? On the market, right? So that could be, maybe we're ready for a nice bearish turn, right? On the US AUD Japanese yen. AUD Japanese yen, guys. So we have a nice trend. So this is a nice correction. So we might get support here because we're approaching the liquidity trend, right? From here, we'll be looking for more buy. If you remember the analysis we did right time when we got these corrections, right? It's because I think the market is coming back because of this fair value gap. We saw this coming, right? The market is actually coming back for the fair value gap. So let's see if we're gonna still keep selling, right? So let's go down to the daily. Let's see what the market is giving. Right, that's our daily trend there, and that was our high. This is our last low. So the market is going for a nice correction. That's a bullish continuation pattern. We already know that, right? But is the bullish continuation pattern ending soon? Right? We can see. So let's go down to the smaller time frame. We've seen the market, right, giving us a nice impulse corrections, right? And then we are now on the sell side, right? So let's see if the market is going to break out or it's going to still continue down and then come down here. So let's see how it plays out on the smaller time frame. Yes, guys, I can see nice here. I can see nice stuff here. If this is correct, right, we are done with the bearish trend already, because we actually made a new high here. Sorry guys, let it just load. Yep, this is the last high we saw there, and that's a confirmed high there. Right, we break out, right? So that's a nice one. So if the market is actually coming, it's going to be a short one down here, and then we break out. And once we break out, it's going to be a bullish breakout to the upside. And that's the end of the bearish correction on AUD, right? So to see this more clear, let's go to the 1 hour or the M30. So we see exactly what. See, so right now this is a nice bearish. That's a nice one there. So we're looking to break out. If we can get more rejection down, we'll be looking to enter from here. Right? Allow the market to come down low, and then we buy, right? Start looking for more buys. So I think it's almost the end time for the bearish. So our initials are right for the market to go, but the market failed, right? After the breakout, went back for a retest, crashed back down, and then went back up, right? It was supposed to give us a nice rejection down, so it came back, it failed to make a new low. So instead, now made a new high. So let's see how it plays out. So that's it for USDJPY. I just want to make the videos more shorter, so that you could have a compressed view of the market. So guys, that's it for USDJPY. Let's move to the order. Okay guys, this is gold, right? This is the gold metal, right? CFDs on gold, right? This is where we started selling gold for the past week. After we got that nice rejection, then we started selling there, right? Started selling from that high. Now gold has, just like the way we said the last time, right? When we analyzed gold, right? I told you guys that gold was going for a nice possible buy correction, right? That was a nice impulse, and now we are now in a nice buy correction. And the funny part, I was looking at this, I couldn't even relate when this correction happened. I failed to catch. I was able to catch the early one, right? So I was expecting the market to come back more up and then continue down. As you can see here on gold, I can see a nice double rejection there. Right, that's a nice double rejection. So we got a nice push, right? We got a nice push down there. So we made a new low, right? We're going to complete a nice new low. Then we go back. Because of this fair value gaps I'm seeing here, I will be expecting what? I will be expecting a nice lower high there to happen. I will be expecting for a nice lower high there to happen, right? It's coming back up a little bit, right? And then coming back down. So that's my expectation, right? But don't forget, we got nice support where we could get that rejection we are talking about there. See here, right? So gold might say it might want to come to 1916, right? Then from there, maybe a possible push there, right? It's going to be a short buy there, and then from there we start looking for more sells to the downside. So don't forget, we're still on a nice uptrend there. So after this crash, right, we made a new high there. So we started a new trend here, and the trend left a new high. So we need a new lower high. So we haven't broken this high on the 1 hour time frame yet. So that high is still valid. So we got rejected from that high, right? But this high is still valid. So I'm expecting a nice rejection back up. Then we sell more to the downside. So for the gold is a little bit simpler, right? We already know what happened from the highest time frame, like the weekly time frame, right? From what we did, this was a nice bearish trend, and we tapped on the sell side liquidity, and we are going more down to the downside. So I think gold is an easy one, right? Gold is an easy one, right? So we're still on a nice bearish impulse. So it's going to be a long bearish trend for gold, at least back to 18,500, at least 18,500. So we'll be pushing more down, right? We'll be pushing more down, right? So we are now trading. I think we're trading below this zone, key zone here, and the market is still looking down. So we might see a nice bullish push back up, and then we come back down. So our next support zone will be at 1900. That's the next key zone there, right? Where we'll be getting a little bit of rejection and then continuing down. So that's it for the gold metal, right? And have a nice week. So let's check other other indices. Okay, guys, this is for the UK oil, right? As you can see on the UK oil, we're done with the weekly corrections, right? And we broke out of the weekly correction, and we are going for a nice impulse to the upside. Can you see we broke that new high? That's a confirmed bullish continuation to the upside. So we might still see more push, right? We might still see more push to the upside, at least back to this zone. Then we'll be coming back to this resistance, right? That was a nice breakout, and then the market came back. So the retest was a little bit short, right? The retest was a little bit short, and then we push back and break out, and then we continue on up. So that's a nice bullish continuation for the UK oil there, right? You see the market went back up, came back for a nice correction, and we broke out at that particular correction. So that was a nice bullish push there on UK oil. So let's check more, right? Let's see exactly what the market is doing. Let's go to the higher time frame. We could see the trend continuation, right? We're done with this. Let me clean this up. So if our trend is correct, right, we might see a nice correction there, right? Because of these imbalances the market is creating there. So we'll be looking for a nice sell rejections from here. As you can see, we're already seeing nice rejection there, right? Let's see if this zone will hold. Are there any confluences the market will work with? Yes, this was a previous support zone here. This was a previous support zone here. So as you can see, the market is getting more rejections there. That could tell you that particular zone is a very, very nice support zone there. So we likely go for a nice correction, right? We likely go for a nice correction. Let me see. Go for a nice correction here, right? And then we push up, right? Because I can see multiple rejections there. So let's go down to the 1 hour. Let's see. Yes, I can see 3 pull touches there on the 1 hour. This could signal a bearish turnover for this market. So if you're selling on this market, use proper risk management and you're good to go. Right? We're in a ranging zone right now. You see that we got triple touch, and after a bullish flag, we got a nice triple top it's a bearish continuation there. That's a nice bearish continuation. So I'll be expecting for the market to come back and break out. Once we come back here, from here we'll now be looking for buys to the upside. So for those who are also, your SL will just be above that particular zone. So what you're risking is nothing to talk home about. So guys, I think we have done justice for this week. So let's move to one crypto pair, the BTC as usual, right? So let's move down to BTC. So guys, this is BTC on the daily time frame. Remember, we said BTC was on a nice uptrend, right? And it's using key zones. So we broke out of the nice trend, right? And then we came back just as expected, right? BTC crashed down. Just as we said the last week, it's going to come back for a nice retest, right? Give us a lower high, and the market is selling. But one interesting thing I'm seeing here, BTC is failing to make a new low, right? It's giving us a nice double bottom there, right? You see a nice double bottom, it's failing to break this. If we can break this, then it's going to be a bearish continuation. It's going to be a bearish continuation for BTC. It's going to be a nice bearish continuation for BTC pair there. So if we check it out, right, we have a nice support zone and a major support zone here on BTC. So from here, if we get a nice rejection from this particular zone, then it's BTC coming back to get more momentum at the upside. So we just need to start trading back into this zone, and it's going to be a bullish continuation to the upside. But if we make a new low, right, if we're to make a new low down, right, go back for a retest after the breakout, we continue selling to the downside on BTC. So you can see there are multiple rejections on there. If it holds, we are pushing back up. But if it doesn't hold, we are crashing more on the BTC. So that's it, guys. This is BuyFX, and we are rounding up for this week weekly top-down analysis on currency pairs. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for your support. If you're just getting to know about this channel, please hit the follow button and make sure to like the video. Thank you. This is BuyFX. Checking out.